Okay, here we go into game number 1. We took a look real quick at the map selection, except it didn't update correctly. Something is going on here. Huh. Something is wrong with my, sits there. Alright, well, we'll try to correct that. While we do, though, we will go ahead and hop into this match. It's going to be Party Time versus Nsomnia. There we go. So we can see out of the gate here, BOE and Sky Temple banned out by Nsomnia. Party Time banning out Cursed Hollow and Towers. Nsomnia won the toss and chose first pick, as is kind of the norm now. So Party Time taking the Braxis holdout. Draft-dependent map, and we already see that playing out with the Rexar ban. Remember when Rexar was a niche hero? He's so common now, and I kind of like it. I like that there are these difficult kind of playmaking heroes in the meta in this way. Did you miss anything? Not yet. I guess you technically missed the intro, maybe. Depending on whether or not you were actually here for the intro. Maybe you were. I don't know. So I don't know. What were you last here for? But we see a pretty big mage choke here from Party Time, taking out some of the mages from the members of Nsomnia. Taking a look now, Joanna going to be the first pick. Not ever surprising a first pick. Joanna is, I believe, still above a 95% participation rate in the league. We're going to pull that up here. And good on the map, good for kind of holding out that point, staying on there, just ultimately refusing to leave. There we go. Yeah, 96% popularity. But a 54% win rate and a 5 average KDA from the tank position is nothing to sneeze at. Still, though, going to be countered out by the Ana, which is always an effective hero on this map, as usually you can sit back fairly safe, very mana efficient. ETC, the second most popular tank, looking like a lot of things are going wrong with my computer here. So we'll get through this though. But we have an early Genji pick. And now Genji on this map is actually powerful from the standpoint of being able to hyper-rotate, very quickly getting from bot to top, having effectively 2 over-the-wall maneuvers to help out. And so if they get a quick kill in the bottom, they can turn that into a very quick simultaneous cap top to get a lot of objective. That said, Genji tends to be very win harder, lose harder, it feels. Polka Flute, a very good Ana player, though, so excited to see that come out here. We see the ban onto Sylvanas. Very good at pushing with the objective, very good wave clear, and that's important when you have a Genji. You need to be able to get a lot of push from somewhere else, so I really like that ban out of Party Time. I think it shows a lot of game knowledge. Orphea going to be banned out on the other side. So, trying to deny a nano target here. It's going to be Alarak Hammer. So, this is a very much protect the backline comp. That Alarak, I expect to be in the 4-man. Depending on matchups, maybe could be in solo lane. But just to have that extra telekinesis, it's kind of like having extra peels potentially for Sergeant Hammer. So this is a very control, slow comp from Party Time. They want to get control of the point early, and they want to just hold on to it. And so now we're going to see the Junkrat is a great choice, and I think the Nsomnia is a great choice as well. Pretty useful for getting kind of the aggressive engage. As we see French jumping on to Junkrat there. That will be able to pressure the Hammer out with some poke. make it uncomfortable for the hammer to just sit still. And so I think is a good response to it. Of course, the Alarak can always be pretty playmaking. And there's the Malthael, so the Alarak will be in the 4-man. I like the Malthael pick into the Nsomnia. You know, Malthael almost never loses a lane. He doesn't always win a lane, but his wave clear is good enough, it's hard for him to lose it. Now, he's going to need that level 4, that die alone. I am a... well, he has tools to get away if Genji rotates up as well. So I think this could work. Also, you have the healing grenade last rites. And that's going to deny that burst heal that we see from Tyrande, who frankly, Bayronda is an awesome hero, and more teams should play her. But look at this match. I'm excited. You know, as I post my playoff simulations, and I made a post about playoff predictions. You know, I'm projecting that both of these teams are in the playoffs. Although, actually, I take that back. Nsomnia, there's more uncertainty right now, so Nsomnia may be a bit of a bubble team. So we'll see kind of how this game goes. Alright, it seems we're having issues connecting to the game. Might be an issue with my... Yeah, so I use a second computer for casting, and it appears to have just simply not connected to the game. So that's frustrating. But, you know, we'll do the best we can with this solo computer. It may not look as pretty as normal. I'm not going to have as smooth a camera motion, but I'll try to prevent anyone from getting motion sick here. Excited for this match. Here we go. Almost. There we go. Kind of some slower computers getting in here.
Facility powering up.
We are going to take a look at these two teams. On the left side, it is party time. We're going to have E-Keeb up in the top on the Malthael. Down here towards the bottom, it's going to be Chess Clue on ETC, Poke Flute on Anna, Bishop Mist on the Alarak, and Schumann on the Hammer. And my goodness, my mouse is already acting up. I am not sure what's going on here. On the right side, Jamster going to be up in the top in the solo lane. Going to have French on Junkrat, Solian on Genji, Psycho on Tyrande, and, well, you know, we should have Logicalia on Joanna. But, oh, there we go. Alright. Anyway, taking a look at these level 1 talents here. Alarak going with that telekinesis, trying to get the reduced cooldown. It's a very punishing talent if you're able to keep your HP high. The Anna's certainly going to help with that. Prog Rock from ETC, trying to get some extra AoE healing, something that Anna can struggle with at times. But here we go. Some good damage onto Sergeant Hammer. Actually, she's going to get concussion there and take a bit of damage. Great face melt there from ETC. And actually, Junkrat taking a huge chunking from Bishop Mist on that Hammer. And Genji is going to say, alright, well, look, we're not going to win bot for a second. Let's rotate top, and E-Keeb better be ready. We'll come up there in a second. Some comboing there onto Joe, but here comes the invade onto E-Keeb. E-Keeb doing okay with this at the moment. And actually trades out fairly well, but is going to have to Hearth here, as tap not available. So good punish there on the side of, excuse me, my mouse is really effing up. On the side of Nsomnia. Bottom point capped at the moment by party time. Bishop Mist getting pushed forward though. Genji goes in for the dive. The heals are there. No, not enough. Good stun combo there from Lunara. The damage enough. And now this will be a move onto the point. Logicalia, though, very low. But Hammer now getting engaged on. Hammer down to half health. Gonna have to Z on out of there. And that means ETC really can't stay on this point. Mouth did cap top in the meantime. So it did turn into 8% channel progress. But not particularly substantial, all things considered. And I do apologize for the camera difficulty. I am not sure why my laptop did not connect to the game. Junkrat here getting the Elun's Chosen. Now at level 4. Little mini rework from Tyrande. Switched the level 4 and the level 1 talents. Elun's Chosen still pretty much must pick. But Logicalia steps up rather low. Has the Iron Skin, but the shield has fallen off, and Logicalia with just nowhere to go there. And a lot of damage coming out onto Joe, and that is going to be a big kill. Now, Mouth is going to get some channel progress, but went die alone. That's not going to help when the Genji is up here as well. So, Ekeep can just continuing to get pressured by this Genji flank. We talked about this in this game. Ooh, Solian! Oh! Alright, sir, I'm going to need you to calm down. I'm going to need you to relax. That was a play and a half. Alright, well, they get a kill off the top laner here. And now that's going to result in some soak being lost by party time. So Nsomnia starting to win this XP race a little bit. Genji doing a good job just getting some damage out on to the enemy team. French going to get the Elun's Chosen. Chest Clue now a bit low. And might get finished off. No! Oh! 5 HP! That was a single-digit number. Oh my goodness. ATC getting out, but at this point in the game, very little better than a death, having to back all the way up. And that enables, once again, Genji to come top, and I think Ekeep's going to go down again. And Solian just making lots of plays here. Really smart decisions on when to rotate. Now going to be able to rejoin the team. A little bit of a missed combo there from Alarak. Genji now able to come over the wall. Sleep Dart is down. Junkrat clearing the lane. I love this decision. Clear the lane, get vision control. They're not getting channel progress. You don't need to rush this. And now that they have the vision control, it's going to let them focus on separating out a target, in this case ETC. Power slides through the Condemned to dodge. So well dodged there. Genji now moving on to the point, but going to have to dodge the Alarak combo. Has successfully done so. Now Alarak not with that reduced cooldown because he's below 75%. Might be back over 75% now. There's a big combo onto Tyrande, and when Tyrande gets isolated like that, she doesn't have a lot of tools outside of her own self-heal, so it's going to be a good kill there. Solian now rotating top. Ekeep, let's see the pattern recognition, but Junkrat actually goes down the bot, so now even if they do get Ekeep here, they're going to give up a lot of soak in the bottom. They do get it again. I think Party Time might do themselves a favor by really keeping tabs on when that Genji disappears. Ooh, but that said, another kill on Joanna, and that's 3 kills here in the bot lane, all told. And that's going to enable them to do a lot of damage to this fort. Nsomnia counter pushing in the top. And they get the wall. They get quite a bit of value off this. Meanwhile, up at the top, though, Nsomnia similarly got a wall. It's all told about equal at the moment, but starting to favor Party Time. This Hammer able to post up, do quite a fair amount of damage to this fort. Ekeep moving up into the top on the Jamster. Here comes Genji, though. And Ekeep recognizing, alright, Genji's away. I have to leave. There's a combo onto Schumann on that Hammer. Does not secure the kill, but quite a lot of chunk damage there. Genji now coming back down. Alarak just seemingly just a little bit off on these combos. Needs to maybe dial it in just a bit. Currently only at 110 sadism. Now at 112. But now Insomnia getting some channel progress here. Joe does a good job holding the point. That's going to be 100 to 200, but at what cost? At no cost. Okay. So at what cost? Free. Not free. A lot of chunk damage onto Tyrande there. They are going to have to defend this bottom, given how low their fort is. Meanwhile, up in the top, it's only going to be Genji pushing. Nsomnia has rotated down to help with this defense. But now, Insomnia looks for the engage. Good sleep dart on the Logicalia to deny it. Level 10s have been picked up here. We got Wrath, we got Starfall, Riptire, Bless Shield. Genji going to go with the X-Strike. Genji once again getting onto the Malthael and getting the kill. And that's going to force a big back here to clear this up. ETC now solo soaking the bot. Needs to be careful. The kill potential is definitely there. And now Genji going to rotate down as well, so ETC going to really have to mind the P's and Q's. Not get caught out here. ETC steps up in a big way, 1v5. There's the BFG. ETC going to get a good juke onto the concussion mine there. And at the moment, I mean, that trade, you know, when you look at how damaged this keep wall is versus down here, you have to imagine that slightly favors Insomnia, but if they can get a kill here, that would be big. We saw the BFG. It's going to be Mosh, Nano, Deadly Charge, possibly to try to pressure that Tyrande, and then Last Rites on the play. Looks like we have a Bruiser invade here. Sonya's going to clear up this top and will be able to join. Good juke onto the... Oh, there's the Starfall. That's going to definitely secure this objective. Can they get a turnaround kill maybe with the Last Rites? I don't think they're going to be able to. ETC steps up, doesn't pull the trigger on the Mosh there. Malthael, you know, able to self-sustain, but just not able to escape. But there comes Bishop Mist in with the Deadly Charge, but doesn't get that critical kill and gets turned on. And I gotta say, Insomnia defended all that rather well. French takes a big burst there, but gonna be... Okay, we didn't have Pinball Wizard from ETC. We saw Echo Pedal here to help with the wave clear, as we see a stack up in this top lane. And so, right now, Insomnia doing a pretty good job denying kills. And that's kind of where Tyrande, you know, she can put out a lot of burst healing. But if she gets a good Starfall, the heals can come out very, very fast and furious. Genji maybe... No, has protected, by the way. Barely survives. Burst heals again from Tyrande. That's another clutch heal there from Psycho. Some pretty good clutch healing, especially in that last fight. And Insomnia walks up and says, yeah, we're just taking this. And this is where the Hammer comp can struggle. Sometimes it's a bit win harder, lose harder. Because they don't have forts to kind of fall back to, it makes everything Hammer does more risky. There's a stun on the Malthael. Starfall underneath. ETC in the back. Gets the Mosh. Only hits one. Breaks it to try to stay alive. Last Rites will kill Joanna. Both tanks go down here. That siege camp has not been capped and will reset. Ekib low. Sonya goes in. Spin the wind. Riptire secures two. Anna and Malthael, and that will likely turn into a camp steal here. No, it's actually going to be straight into the boss. I like that call. Trying to go fast. ETC back up in 3. But very bloody game here. 5-10 on the kill count, but starting to definitely favor the members of Insomnia. Getting the double channel progress. Jamster going to soak that top wave. They're keeping eyes on that camp. The boss is in bot lane. There's 5 defending down here in the bottom. And Sonya, having cleared that wave, is going to start making the rotation down. The boss is starting to be cleaned up here. Joanna looking for the flank opportunity. There's the Condemn. Stun onto Ekib. There's the Bless Shield looking for the follow. Lunar Flare was a miss. Can Ekeep get back? No. Gets cut off by the boss. Genji getting the finish. Poke Flute low as well. Gonna have to drop way back. This is a 100-0 to Zerg wave, and it is coming into the bot lane. And so already we're seeing what was a pretty close back and forth game. Nsomnia just seemingly opened the doors wide here. That kill on the Malthael enabling this push, and with the boss and the Zerg wave to follow, it's gonna not just be the keep. This is core threatening. Genji moving in the back, looks for Poke Flute. There's the combo. Anna does go down. So does Alarak, though. As French doing some really good follow-ups on the back line with those grenades. And now Chesclu should go down here. No, has the power slide to get away. But the core shielding is down, and you do have a Wrath Nsomnia. She is taking, though, the missile. She might drop here. It's not going to be enough. So, wow. Nsomnia, they really, really kicked the door down. I mean, they saw their opportunity and they took it. And that was a very, I mean, look how quick, 0 minutes and 0 seconds. That was still a very quick game one from both of these teams. But it's going to be Nsomnia taking match number 1. Oops, sorry about that. So taking a look here. We'll see what happens in game 2. Looking at the stats, you know, pretty even on heals from Tyrande and Anna, but it just felt like Tyrande always had the clutch heal when needed. And that's one of the downsides of Anna. She doesn't really have a burst option until level 13. Maybe, or excuse me, level 16, I should say. Maybe level 13 if you count the armor off of stun, depending on your timing. Bit tricky to do in Joanna. It's only a quarter-second stun. Ekeep having a game he's going to want to forget. That Genji really pressured him quite hard. See how Party Time tries to recover in game number 2. We'll pull up the talents here. We're going to take a brief break while we get set up for that game. And we'll see you on the other side of this break. Be right back. Alright, welcome back everyone. Insomnia had some really good pickoffs on the solo lane with Solian on the Genji in the last game. And used that ultimately to get a... Pardon me, I'm having some trouble swallowing at the moment, and I'm not entirely sure why. It's probably not a great sign. I should see a doctor. Whatever. But got a lot of pickoffs there, turned it into ultimately getting a huge team fight that pushed all the way into core with the boss and the full Zerg wave. So really good timing there by Insomnia to just kick the door down, making it a fairly short game one. Game two going to be Tomb of the Spider Queen. Something tells me it won't be as short. Thank you, Psycho. Joanna banned out, not too surprising. Party Time did ban out 2 mages in the last game. KTZ and Mephisto, if memory serves. On the other hand, Insomnia did let Party Time, Poke-Flute get the Ana, and actually we're seeing a sub out here. Looks like we don't have Poke-Flute in this game. It's instead going to be Sealy Man this time. Which I believe the last time I casted Party Time, they also swapped that role around a little bit. Ana banned out, all the same. Zool going to be denied. Makes sense on the map. Zool, I believe, got through the last draft. But no one picked it up. 2-lane map. But Insomnia now. One more hero to ban before first pick heads over to decide a Party Time. ETC is up. Sylvanas is up. They're going to deny the Sergeant Hammer. So, that was something that Schumann played in the last game. Also effective on this map, but they're going to jump straight into Mephisto. Now, Ana is banned, so you don't have the Nano to worry about. But you could see something maybe like a Malfurion, double roots, something like that. And in a very early Anub'arak pick. A noob has, for teams that run a noob has been very, very strong.
Anytime you're ready.
Whereas the Tassadar, of course, an incredibly strong assassin at the moment. I love the ETC pick and the Raynor pick. I like both these teams' drafts quite a lot so far. Nothing really to complain about. Now, the Anub will dive in, get the nice task follow-up. Let's see. Rhaegar going to be denied. Makes sense. You don't want the enemy team getting the Blarcon. The Blarcon is not fun. I don't know if any of you guys have ever played into a Blarcon before, but the Blarcon is basically unkillable. The Blarcon hurts. There's Tyrande Imperius, so a ton, a metric ass ton of CC. I believe that is the correct unit of measure. A metric ass ton. Please correct me, chat, if it is indeed an English fuckload, because sometimes I get those backwards. But a ton of CC that will really enable tasks to get a lot of finishes. Yrel is going to, I think, help disarm that combo, as will the Anduin. And I like the Anduin pickup. Oh my god! There's so much CC! Good lord! Wow, if they catch someone out when Anduin does not have cleanse up, that person is fucked. Good lord, this is such an aggressive combo. Wow. For the note, Blarcon is Bloodlust Archon, if you weren't aware. But wow, so they are really all inning on the single target blow up. ETC is going to have to be really good, I think, with the face melt counter engages. It's going to be an important tool. Obviously, Anduin going to have to be pretty much money with cleanses this game. The Raynor knockback, I think, helps. I think the mobility from Mephisto and Yrel helps. But wow, this is an aggressive combo. We'll see how it goes as we get set up for game number 2 on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Party Time, looking to take us to a game 3 after kind of getting the door kicked in on them in game 1. Let's go ahead and introduce them. E-Keeb on Yrel, Bishop Mist on Mephisto, Sealy Man on Anduin. ETC going to be played by Chessclue, and Schumann on the Raynor. And over on the right side, it is Nsomnia. Jamster is not on Nsomnia. Forgive me, that should be Imperious. Psycho once again on Tyrande. French on Kerrigan. Logicalia going to be on Anub, and Solian on Tassadar. This is so much CC. And like you just see, Party Time is hanging way back. Now stepping up to clear the lane. Imperious misses the Q, but you get the follow-up from Tyrande all the same. Big power slide from ETC. Wave has been cleared here on the side of Party Time. And they're definitely going to need to stay ahead of these rotations in order to be able to really survive this early game, this heavy onslaught of CC that they're facing. And ETC able to escape there with the power slide, well timed. Take a look at those level 1 talents. Ooh, here comes a big focus on the E-Keeb. E-Keeb goes down. And you can see it doesn't matter if you're Yrel. There is so much CC. That's an unfortunate loss early here. They're going to have to send Raynor down to the solo lane to get soaked. No, looks like it's going to say, alright, you know what? We need to keep our rotation, our 4-man going. That's the most important part of our comp. And they're going to keep doing that. Imperious doesn't have the most wave clear, so they won't really lose a ton of soak. Yeah, they barely lost any, so it's fine. Here, the rotations continue. Bruiser Camp has been picked up by Kerrigan and Tyrande. So that's going to help slow these rotations from Party Time. Maybe get them bogged down in a brawl that could open up an opportunity for a pickoff. Level 4 here for Nsomnia. Chessclue just slowing down these rotations. But now they really need to commit to clearing this lane up. Raynor, meanwhile, using that Exterminator to clean up. Forgive me, I was about to say Executioner. I knew it wasn't that. And there we go. Bruiser now gonna try to make it harder for a little bit less wave clear on the side of Nsomnia. But they do get the siege camp in the lane. Kind of say, like, you know, look, we're gonna make you do everything that you make us do. Party Time though, catching that rotation, catching the gems. ETC gonna try to drop. Gem count favoring Nsomnia at the moment. They are at 48 with now 37 dropped. Only 2 gems away from having the turn in. Of course, the key is always getting those gems in. But that said, there are 0 gems turned in on the side of Party Time. And, you know, you have the vision control with the Tyrande. You have good poke with Tassadar with Anub to stall. Now trying to force the turn. Kerrigan does get interrupted. Yrel gonna drop 15 gems here. No! Wow! That Owl interrupt. And that is actually going to be a turn-in coming here for Nsomnia. So well played there by the members of Nsomnia to get that turn. Good stall by the Tyrande. Good force out by the Imperious. Recognizing Party Time was kind of in the rhythm of their rotations. They say, alright, we're just going to go bot. We're going to get the turn. while they're clearing up the top lane. Now, keep in mind this map has been kind of in a weird place since the towers patch. Certainly has felt significantly harder to get value with this first spider. Although the towers did, of course, get nerfed towards the end of last week. Oh my goodness, the CC chain. Chestclue barely escaping. Taswall almost secures the kill, but just a fraction of a second late. And now Psycho is actually a bit low. Not really able to chase on are the members of Nsomnia here. And now Party Time going to rotate top, deal with this Web Weaver. The Rain are going to burn through this with the Exterminator, but they have lost top tower. So, a decent defense there, all told. They save bottom wall. Mid wall is pretty much dead. Top wall is, of course, completely dead. But all told, not too bad. ETC going to get spotted out by the Kerrigan. There is the Elune chosen. Trying to get Kerrigan topped off for potentially a brawl here. But it looks like we're just seeing... let's get our gems dropped that we have. Ooh, Bishop missed. Appears to be a DC. And it is on the members of Chestclue to pause, or excuse me, Party Time to pause there. So we're going to see if we can get Bishop Mist back into this game. Taking a quick look at some of the stats. A lot of damage already from that Mephisto, but being matched by the Imperius actually is doing quite a bit of damage himself. See how long this pause takes. This is, I think, my like 4th or 5th match in a row with a pause. I mean, not counting replays. I mean, maybe the replays had pauses. I don't know if they do or not. Not yet. I mean, granted, I'm not gonna see the chat. At least nobody has typed in all chat. So I'm not sure. Okay, looks like Party Time's ready to go. We're just gonna make sure. Yep. Okay. So not a long pause. We'll get right back into this match. Here we go. But gems available to turn in on the side of Party Time. Kind of trying to zoom out here, just get a full view of the map. Right now, kind of stuck in a 2-2-1, and that's risky if you're on the side of Nsomnia. Very risky. And actually, the engage now here onto Kerrigan. Kerrigan gonna have onto Yrel, and Yrel goes down again. And we've just seen a lot of bullying onto Ekeep in this series. He has been targeted a lot with these offlane pickoffs. And, you know, Jamster doing a good job communicating to his team when the pickoff is available, when there's a vulnerable moment. Now Chestclue gonna have to power slide out just to avoid getting engaged on here. But Party Time gonna have a hard time getting these gems in. Only 18 gems turned. They have 48 in their pockets, but they lost some a bit ago with the Yrel. And now ETC might have to worry about getting engaged on here. ETC close to being done with Prog Rock, though. Ooh, Logicalia has blown Burrow Charge. A bit of an awkward moment there. So we're going to see the disengage. Schumann going to try to drop. French is certainly going to see this. Duran can easily, get the interrupt, as we saw. There's the engage. Gets onto Mephisto. There's the combo. Was aiming for the Rainer. Cocoon comes out. There's the Starfall follow. Yrel trying to peel the team out. Now taking a lot of damage. There's the big Mephisto route. At least stalls out this engage. Now a third route onto Jamster. There's a big spear. Angelic Armaments gets on the Bishop Mist. There's a big mosh. Can they get the finish? They don't get a kill yet. Light Bomb tries to get onto a noob. Health bar solo. Ardent Defender use. Gonna save Yrel, but ETC not able to get out. Kerrigan, of course, did go down earlier, but there's so much going on, I couldn't point it out. Mephisto maybe going to try to get a turnaround. Takes a big chunk of damage from the Tassadar. Focus here onto Logicalia. Has the Burrow Charge to escape. And another turn in here for Nsomnia. They get enough gems to get the second turn in of the game. So despite kind of not really winning the fight in a decisive way, they buy themselves enough space to get the turn in and to potentially open up a big opportunity to get control of the map here. Pardon me. Thank you for the bits, Jinxie Cat. Engage coming here, missed combo. Good dodge though. That combo was absolutely going to hit unless Chess-Clue made the right juke decision there, and Chess-Clue did a good job doing that. Meanwhile, Urel defending this bot against Jamster, but at about half health, needs to be careful. Good dodge onto the spear. This top fort about to take a beating. ETCP slides in, does not have Mosh available yet. Light Bomb is up. If they want to maybe try to proc Light Bomb into the power slide, maybe follow up with a Mephisto route, try to set Raynor up, but just hypothetically given a combo. Chess-Clue gets stunned, but the combo doesn't really land. Tasswall, though, trying to enable the re-engage. ETC has Mosh up in 6. Needs to stay alive now, though, and the cleanse finally comes out. I know Anduin wanted to hold that, but ETC just really didn't have anywhere to go. You may think, well, why doesn't he just run left? Because he knew the combo was up, he couldn't move in any way predictable or any way that forced him. If he starts moving left, he has to keep moving left, and he just really would get engaged on and comboed at that point. So Chess-Clue's going to just staying alive, keep dodging the skill shots, but certainly didn't want to lose that cleanse from Anduin. Urel going in. ETC starting to rotate down. It looks like they want this engage. They only need to turn 7 gems in on the side of Party Time, but that has to either be Ekeeb or over here on the left Bishop Mist. I was trying to see where Bishop Mist went there. So now, focusing onto the top. Bishop Mist gonna step up, get some damage onto Solian. Anub, just used Burrow Charge and might be in a lot of trouble here. ETC did not have the power slide to punish, or at least chose not to pull the trigger that close to towers. Both cases understandable. ETC does have the 7 gems. Urel does get the turn in here in the bottom, though. And so, Party Time has weathered 2 Spider Waves and have saved all 3 forts, so they haven't fallen behind on passive XP. Urel has Ardent Defender here, may have to use it, probably mashing R now. Yep, there it is. Ardent Defender does get used there to make sure Urel doesn't die. But that said, that's going to leave a 3v1 up in the top. Solian solo defending here. Urel and ETC going to stay bot, try to keep the members of Nsomnia here. Nsomnia sending 2 straight to top, ignoring the mid to get the top clear. Top fort goes down, and that is actually the first fort of the game, despite the first 2 objectives being won by the side of Nsomnia. Now, passive XP potentially opening up an opportunity here for Party Time to start to get a lead in this game, despite being down 3-1 on kills. Anub looking for the flank. This will be a 4v4. Imperius and Urel both engaged with each other in the bot. Starfall used there, but managed to be disengaged very effectively. Chess-Clue getting stunned. Maybe now the combo comes in. Power slide there, trying to juke, and good jukes once again. Sometimes you may think, well, why didn't they use abilities? Well, it's just because when the enemy kind of preemptively jukes like that, you're thinking it really throws you off your rhythm. You're like, do I pull the trigger on this? And you don't want to blow your cooldowns and then regret having missed it. So, really good cat and mouse game. Chess-Clue kind of playing around the members of Nsomnia quite well. But here's the power slide onto Logicalia, but a ton of damage comes in onto the Raynor. There's the engage, but the healing comes through with the adrenaline rush. Still, though, the combo lands. Mosh comes out, though, and there's the light bomb follow-on. Chess-Clue, though, might drop here. Chess-Clue is so low. The Archon doing so much damage. Great cleanse there to get Chess-Clue out of the fight, but I don't think they're going to be able to escape. No. And lose 3 people inside of Party Time. Just unable to find that kill. Make it 4. And Raynor just got just a little bit, a tiny fraction out of position. and you see what that CC chain does. And Anduin, close to Raynor, but not far enough away to get a valuable cleanse, kind of just had to throw out heals and hope for the best. And it didn't happen there. And now this is, we talked earlier about Chance of Neva. This is the third Spider Wave for the side of Nsomnia. You're only 13 minutes into the game. And that's not just good macro play. That's also doing a good job not dying, playing safe enough, making sure they don't lose gems. That mid fort has gone down. It looks like they want to set their attention to this top fort. Imperius will get this bottom fort with the Web Weaver, as well as all the Archer minions coming in. ETC coming down to defend, but it's not going to be enough to save the fort. That is going to be all three forts going down now for party time. When we talk about passive XP, that is completely swung now in the opposite direction. Now pushing up onto this keep wall, they do start getting these towers down. There's the route onto a noob, looking for the engage. Good disengage, though, by Nsomnia, not letting it get value. And you see Tass almost fully stacked on his Q, and it's just starting to really truck the damage out. And given how much CC there is to follow up on, I mean, that's going to lead to some very quick kills. You know, Anduin, while he is kind of good against that burst with his cleanse, he doesn't have burst heal options really until 16 with Inner Focus. And even then, there's still that warm-up time. And honestly, with as much burst damage as there is on the side of Insomniacs, it may not be enough. Excuse me, I called them Insomniacs, not Insomnia. There was a team back in Season 2 called Insomniacs, which was... Oh, here comes the engage now. Chest Clue manages to get out of there. Bishop Mist does a good dodge using his Shade of Mephisto ability. But now, getting cleansed actually out of his own ult. But now ETC is low, has the power slide away. Ekib, the focus lands. There is a fantastic Ardent Defender, so our buttons are used, but no kills. Take that back. Raynor just makes the decision to go for that one last auto attack, and it's very costly. And now a turn-in available once again for Insomnia. Party Time does not have a turn-in available. We're going to see our fourth Web Weaver here. Either Kerrigan or Tyrande could turn in, or Tass. Tass is at least going to show bot turning in. Kerrigan going to go top. Either one of these two get in, and it will be the fourth Web Weaver. And level 20 on the horizon, that's when you start to look at things like Twilight Archon. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. Tyrande also now with her cleanse on healing. It's gonna neuter ETC's effectiveness substantially. Doesn't stop Mosh, certainly. Apparently the Spider Altar has almost, but not quite, 510,000 health. Who knew? As we turn our attention, here comes the engage. Cleanse used onto ETC to get away from that. But it just feels like every fight turns into huge combo Anduin cleanse, and then like you try to look for this desperate engage, but just unable to find the kills. They use so many cooldowns before the CC train, and then they just have nothing to re-engage it. Keep still standing here. I'm trying to get that bottom left corner out. There we go. You have to click on something that dies. That's the only way to get rid of it. And I thought the keep might die there, but it did not. So all the keeps defended here. So once again, a good defense from Party Time. But the problem is now they find themselves down a level and a half, and more specifically 20 talent tiers, which is massive. Tass has not picked a 20 yet, by the way. ETC may be looking for the turn. Now hanging back, trying to stay so safe with the team. Pierce with the Angelic Armament upgrade. We have the rewind from the Anubarak. Ice Blade arrows from Tyrande, which is just a really good kind of good CC, good slow, but really reducing that attack damage as well is valuable. And using this 20 advantage, they're going to say, look, we're just going to take boss. Looks like Nsomnia might sniff this out. The question is, can they get here in time? A noob is going to be on the point. Here comes the Twilight Archon, and this boss is dropping so fast. Yrel manages to slip in. Can she get onto the point? There's a big mosh. Can this engage come in? That might be the first opportunity. The cocoon is used to disengage the mosh, but still the health bar solo for Nsomnia. Iki with the Ardent Defender on the backline. Fred, a non-factor in this fight, but Chesclu dies on the point. Gets the kill onto Imperius, but does not secure the boss. Now Tyrande and Tassadar trying to get out of here, just more or less going into last stand mode. Can they get the trade? Wow, they're still alive. Oh my gosh, if they get the... Oh, alright. I thought they were going to get a kill there. I was almost worried they were going to win that 2v3. But ultimately did not. And actually, no, I take that back. ETC did secure the boss. A little bit of a miscast there. And this is the opportunity Party Time needs. But they effectively have to win the game here. I mean, and that's a lot of pressure on them. But given how far they are in terms of down, in terms of map condition, I think they maybe need to look to end here with the Rainer. Imperius is going to be down for 13. They need to get their attention onto the core, but their space to move is limited as the mid-keep is still standing. Yrel on the point. Here comes the focus onto Rainer. Rainer, though, still working this core down. And Party Time, they were down. They were falling behind the whole game. One boss fight, one throw pit, and they win the game. It is the throw pit. Nsomnia played a great game, but I gotta say, while they were up in kill count, they had to be. Their comp was all kills. Once Party Time was able to get onto the back line with that mosh, fight's over. I mean, yes, they did get a turnaround kill, but ultimately the team was split so dramatically that there was just no hope of them landing that CC combo, and ultimately turns into Party Time here. Let's update our score. Winning game 1 in very dramatic fashion. You think, okay, you got 20, you can take boss, but man, 5 people up on the enemy team, it's always going to be tricky. As we take a look here. Great damage from both mages, Solian and Tassadar. But we're going to get set up here for game number 3. So this is going to be the tiebreaker. One team going to win the next game. It looked like Nsomnia was in the driver's seat the whole game. They lose those 4 heroes. And with the Rainer damage, that was it. That was game. So with that, we're going to take a brief break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. DV Smiley here. Crazy game just now. Looked like Nsomnia was about to close out a domination victory. They tried to take the boss with the 20 advantage. ETC lands a mosh, forcing out the cocoon early in the fight, splitting the members of Nsomnia. Party Time takes boss, runs it down top, and ends the game. So with that, we're going to move on to map number 3 now. The Decider. Nsomnia choosing, once again, to take first pick. That has been the norm in this series. All 3 opportunities teams have taken first pick. So we're going to go to Volskaya. Party Time choosing this map. It's a very popular map in NGS. We're not seeing Infernal Shrines, which I believe is still the most popular. But Volskaya is top 3 or 4, I believe. Very brawly map, and, you know, we all play this game to brawl. We're going to move right into draft number 3, the Decider match. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell Randy Gonzalez. Get in here. It's Party Time versus Nsomnia, Game 3. Now, this map can be very snowbally. And as yet, we've seen kind of strong early games from Nsomnia. We're going to see what Party Time is able to do to counteract maybe that early game advantage. We see Mephisto banned out here. Zool banned by the members of Party Time. Still a strong hero on this map. Double rotations, very valued, but also fighting on the point. I mean, Poison Nova or Skeletal Mages, both are going to be incredibly detrimental to a team trying to control space. ETC going to get banned out, so the respect ban onto Chess Clue, and I think that was a good pick. Chess Clue really baited out a lot of cooldowns in the last game. Using the mobility of Power Slide. If he goes on to Joanna, that mobility won't be matched. Tassadar banned out was played very well in the last set. And Tassadar is really, I mean, since his rework has just been absolutely dominant in NGS, it feels like. Taking a look at those stats right now. 6 KDA, very high win rate, 55. But Joanna, the first pick, not too surprising. Deckard, arguably the best healer on this map because he's so good at point control. And wanting to get that Rainer, wanting to keep Schumann on that hero. Ruby, going to be a very valuable tool here. Deckard, very good space control, great AoE CC. The Ruby, of course, is a very valuable tool if your team can get to it. One way to counteract Ruby, however, is to just basically outpoke the enemy team. If you're outpoking the enemy team, you're trading, you know, something like a Chromie or a Li Ming, trading into the enemy team at range, such that it's hard to get onto you. Ruby loses a lot of value at that point. We'll see if they go that route. They have Thrall, who can be kind of pokey, but not really. But they do have some good sustained healing with the Lucio, as well as that sound barrier option. KTZ banned out, so not wanting to see kind of that niche blow-up comp, which makes sense. Deckard, you know, it doesn't really do the best into hyper blow-up. And also with the space control, KTZ can be good here, defending space. Muradin banned out, and I like that choice, actually. I like, because I was thinking, okay, Chess Clue is off ETC, but he wants to get onto a mobile tank, right? He wants to bait out cooldowns, be able to get away, as well as potentially dive into the backline with Ruby. And I was thinking either Mal'Ganis or Muradin. The Thrall, with his route, certainly makes it harder on Mal'Ganis. We have the Yrel, and it's going to be Diablo, so still going with a very heavy engage. It's one of those heroes that once you're in, you're in. You know, whereas in the last set we saw a lot of kind of playing around with the enemy's cooldowns. Next two picks coming. You expect to see their solo laner. It's going to be against Yrel. We've seen Nsomnia in this series. We've seen Imperius. Do they go with one of those aggressive heroes again? It's going to be Kira, so it might be a solo lane Thrall actually into the Yrel. Which, you know, was always an option. I probably should have thought of that. Kira has some good aggression, and there's that Li Ming, and I talked about that. Having some kind of way to really keep the enemy team back, keep Deckard playing defensive with his heals. But there's Bishop Mimp dumping back onto Alarak. We saw it game one, almost had a really good engage with Deadly Charge, but just wasn't able to get the finish and got turned around on. So we're going to see if Party Time able to finish a bit better here. I like the Kira as Deckard doesn't really have a cleanse. Gives a good long duration stun that Li Ming can follow up on. Both comps I quite like. I'm a little bit concerned about the Diablo. Admittedly. I think the Diablo might be able to get blown up quite a bit. With the Thrall, with the Kira, with the Li Ming. It's going to take a lot of really good engages. A lot of displacement available, though, with the Yrel and the Alarak. So really could put someone in a bad spot to set Diablo up for an engage. We're going to get set up here for game number 3. Let's go ahead and one last time introduce these teams. This one's going to be the decider, folks. Party Time on the left. It's going to be E-Keeb on Yrel. Bishop Mist on Alarak. Sealy Man on the Deckard. Chest Glue on Diablo. Schumann going to be playing Raynor. And on the right side, Nsomnia admittedly bossed through last game. Going to see if they can come back. Jamster on the Thrall. We have Psycho on Lucio. French on the Li Ming. Logicale on Joanna. And Solian going to be on that Kira. And I'll be honest, I don't know Kira's talent build at all. I've never played the hero. But here we go. Lucio going with a party mix, trying to get some extra AoE range. Alarak actually did not go with the telekinesis talent this time. Instead, choosing to go with Discord Strikes. They're going to look for a big opportunity to stack. Does have 3 melee potentially. Oh, well. So is that quest done? Oh no, he didn't take the stacking quest. Sorry. I was going to say, he would have just finished the stacking quest. No, I actually took overwhelming power. Excuse me, I thought that was the stacking quest. My bad. But already 3 hits there. Kira dives in, looking for the Alarak. Deckard looking for the root, finds it onto the Kira. Not pulling the trigger there though is Diablo. Might go for the stun now. No, still just playing this patient, playing this safe. Here comes the stun onto Chest Clue now. Root comes out, looks to hit onto Kira. Chest Clue so low, not able to look for a shadow charge. Does escape all the same. Raynor, meanwhile, snuck away and is going to finish this turret camp very quickly. Still has not been started on side of Nsomnia. They're going to clear up this mid lane, then presumably send someone. Kane going with the stacking root talent. So going to try to... It can potentially bring a lot of damage, especially with Scroll of the Stone Curse. I have some concerns about, like, usually with Scroll of the Stone Curse, you want some kind of initiation. But actually, I like this move here, recognizing, hey, they're going to be doing their turret right now. We got the lead, and that was the value of Raynor sneaking away there. And that's going to be the healing camp, picked up by Party Time. And they actually have a fair XP lead at this point as well. Yrel now having to walk away, but will escape. They almost have a full level XP lead on the side of Party Time. Game going very well for them this early. Smart macro plays. Get a lot of value. Now, okay, so that was level 4. I was going to say, if he had that talent earlier, like, that would have been like a 5-second quest completion. Should be able to find a triple Discord strike at some point, though. Given that this tends to be a pretty brawly point control map, it's going to be hard for Nsomnia to deny that for a long time. Clearing up this lane, getting onto the point. Deckard starting to potion the point up. Making sure you want to keep those potions in reserve down. So now 4 potions safely on their side, well spaced, and potions in both retreat angles. I really like this. Good positioning here by Steely Man. Making sure his team has options, as well as making sure, you know, that they can retreat and get that maybe clutch heal if they need it in the mid lane. Smart potioning choices. Top camps about to neutralize against each other, but it's going to be Nsomnia saying, look, you know, we have time, let's go ahead, let's clear up this top lane, then move in. And now here comes the engage onto Thrall. Thrall getting bodied by Diablo. Oh, good route to prevent the Diablo flip. And now Deckard was trying to hold the point, gonna have to back up for the time being. Not selling out for that, that pickoff. They get the 99%, now backing off to get their turret. They have a lot of tools in their disposal. They have 2 turrets, they have a healing totem. So this should be party times to take, but wisely taking the decision, make sure to clean up this top lane. Yrel now, pick attempt comes out. Thrall just a little bit offline with that route though. But I think Yrel was safe regardless. Pretty safe under the walls. Now Li Ming does get some chunk damage out onto the Deckard. Deckard, though, had those potions down to help out. Here comes the Enraged. Wall bang onto the Joe. Pops the unstoppable turnaround. Here's the healing totem from party time now. Big root from Deckard, and Ekeem comes in with the People's Elbow onto Joanna, securing the first kill of the match. And Alarak, good finish onto the Thrall, not letting Thrall get back behind the gate. And this time, for really the first time in this series, Party Time gets an early lead in this map. So good job there, coming in. I just always think of whenever Yrel gets a kill with the hammer jump, that it's like the wrestling move where you jump off the top rope and just like drill your elbow into someone. Man, of course wrestling's fake, but spoiler alert, by the way. But, you know, it's kind of a fun move, and that's what I like to think of it as. Because I'm 14, and that sounds cool. Yrel trying to peel the Punisher away from the defense. Thrall currently soaking, trying to close this XP gap. 10 is almost here for the members of Party Time, though. And this fort, while it's not going to give them a burst of XP, it is going to give them that passive XP. And now I'm going to take the trigger level away. They only have 9 seconds left, so not really going to be able to do too much with it. Oh, look at the moves. Look at the style. Oh, you gotta love the style. Alarak currently working on those stacks. Take a quick gander at how he's doing. Currently 4 out of 15 on the primary quest. We'll keep an eye on that throughout the match. But here comes the push onto this fort. They're wanting to really push this lead. Hyperion has been used. It's Hyperion, Sleepy Time, APOC. Sleepy Time, APOC, good combo. Great healing totem. Keep Schumann alive. Here comes the Sleepy Time. Hits 4. APOC is going to follow up. Great combo there from Party Time. Now Psycho, survives with the Sound Barrier. Logicalia, though, shields are down now. Sound Barriers fall off. Alarak gets the next kill. And now can they get finishes? French, good jukes there by French. Logicalia trying to get away. 60 health, does escape. Tower just warding off the members of Party Time here. Yrel has gone to side lane to soak. Thrall may have stayed a bit too long. There's the flip. Down he goes. Alarak at that point now has gotten the 2 heroes hit. Didn't get the triple. But so current bonus damage is 60. We will, of course, continue to keep an eye on that. Solian trying to zone off the members of Chest Blue. Now there's a big Deckard route, and Party Time is just starting to turn this series into something that may look like a pretty solid win from them if they keep this up. Now up a level, but up 5 kills to 0. Chest Blue gonna back up, get healthy here. Devils do Certainly could allow him to grab a couple globes and get back in, but wanted to get mana too before the next objective warning comes up. Yrel here in the bot. No cavalry coming to follow up on Jamster and get a pick there. So Ekeep just playing the safe, trying to stay in poke range. Or soak range, excuse me. The other oak word. As Stuart, my kitten, is being adorable and sleeping in a box. He is a very good kitten, and I love him. Camp being cleaned up here in the top lane. It's going to counteract this Reaper camp up in the top. Expect to see Party Time clean that up. Here comes a gank, though, onto Yrel. Yrel recognizes, hey, I might be getting baited. Smart decision, good communication. Ekeep avoiding the pickoff there. It's been an issue in this series, but Ekeep playing a much better game this time around. Did much better on Tomb. Still got kind of isolated a couple times, but much better communication from Party Time. You don't blame the solo laner necessarily when a pick occurs. It comes down to communication in a lot of situations. Turret picked up here by Nsomnia. They're going to move up into the top. Deckard currently channeling the point. Did go super potions and has all 5 of those stacked up nicely. And that is just a massive amount of healing just sitting on the ground. You pair that with the healing totem and there's a lot of sustain on the side of Party Time. Nsomnia are going to have their work cut out for them securing a kill here. Deckard readjusting his potions a little bit. They do lose control of the channel for the time being. Alarak gonna get a combo there. Ooh, there's the stun onto Joanna. Has the Iron Skin. Sunder separates out the team a bit, but actually only landed onto the Alarak. Still, though, it buys enough space for them to get onto the point for the time being. But here comes Party Time. There's the engage. Good condemn prevents Ekeep from getting onto Jamster. APOC largely neutered out. Now Raynor getting the focus, and Raynor is going to get popped. Li Ming looking for the resets. Ekeep is low. Now has the Ardent Defender. This is a 4v3, but Bishop missed. Gets the 1v1 against Thrall up in the top. But now Kira on the chase. No, Kira gets silenced with the Discord Strike, and Bishop Mist is popping off. Yrel comes in once again, looking for another kill. Root not going to land there. Good boop from Lucio to buy space for Li Ming. Now tries to poke up. Logicalia has the Iron Skin. Can they get away? Looks like they will. Joanna has escaped. But that should be Party Time winning this Protector. Started the fight 4v5 with the Raynor death. But Bishop Mist turns it and turns it fast, gets the kill onto the Kira, or onto Thrall in the 1v1, and then finishes Kira, who tried to dive in for the trade. Bless Shield went down, and it is a miss. And Alarak has actually just finished his quest. Alarak got the triple. In the words of a meme, ooh baby, a triple. And that is not what Nsomnia wanted to try to turn this game around. Now 10-1 in kills. And Party Time really finding their rhythm in Game 3 in a way that they just haven't yet in this series. It really was just the last minute of Tomb, and now this entire game has felt like Party Time playing at the level we've expected them to play all season. Now going for a second keep here. Very early in this game, 12 minutes in. Chess flew in a little bit of an awkward spot. Actually, may have oopsied just a little bit. Just a little bit of oops. Unable to get back to the healing potions, and that is souls. So that's worth noting. Diablo's souls are down now, but did not finish mid keep. Did retreat away. Went to the bottom fort there. But now with the big passive XP lead, their lead is 2 levels and growing. As we talked about, it's not very snowball-y. Once you're able to get those forts, because you get passive XP, pardon me, there's no way to make up that passive XP once it's lost on the side of Insomniacs. It's just a disadvantage that they have to deal with. Even if they kill the enemy forts, they have already lost a big advantage in that passive XP. It doesn't close the gap after you get the forts back. And so, you know, right now, Insomnia, I keep calling them Insomniacs, and I sincerely apologize. Insomnia is going to need to find 16 and then just start looking for fight opportunities. Diablo is low on souls now, so this is really the best time of the game for them to fight. They have to look for these opportunities now. And on the other side, Party Time, their smart play is just play really safe. They're on very much on pace to get 20 before the next objective, and they'll have that advantage. And so they just want to hang back, I think, especially with Diablo low on souls. They want to look for the passive soak. They want to look to stack Diablo's souls back up. And I think that's their goal right now. I don't think they want to fight. Diablo certainly can throw some W's out to help collect souls. Ooh, there's a focus on to Bishop Mist. Here comes the APOC. Does get neutered there with a good disengage. Now Diablo a bit low, tries to back up. Diablo goes down. That was actually the healing totem used, trying to save him. So that's not what Party Time wanted, as the comeback XP is going to help close that XP gap. Now 19 to 17. And Diablo going to be in the penalty box for another 45 seconds. And more importantly, that's 45 seconds that Diablo is not stacking souls. Really needs those, I think, before the next shrine fight, or whatever they're called. I'm just going to call them shrines. They're stand here and do a thing. Sounds like a shrine to me. They're all cleaning up this top Reaper camp. It looks like we have another DC from Bishop Mist, unfortunately. Bishop Mist, though, playing a really solid game. While we're paused, look at that Alarak damage. 50k. Absolutely living up to the billing. And one of the things, Alarak can really make it hard for Lucio, because you're always so worried about stepping up and pressing your R button to save people. You have to just constantly worry about that Discord strike, and if it's up, it just feels like, oh, I can't step up, because otherwise you're going to get interrupted. It goes on that 10-second cooldown. And Lucio really depends on that sound barrier. It is a big part of his kit. Taking a look, looks like Party Time actually ready to go, so hopefully we get back into this nice and soon. Take a look once again at those talents. 16s are here. And there we go, right back into the match. No harm, no foul. We do have Scroll of the Stone Curse from Deckard. Unstoppable use there. Ooh, Alarak's going to go down. That's going to reset his sadism. And just, you got to think Party Time maybe missing an opportunity here. You know, you knew you were going to see this aggression from Insomnia, as they had to take their opportunity to look for picks, and now 20's going to hit with the objective starting, but Alarak in the penalty box for 40 seconds, not even counting the run back. That's going to be significant channel progress on the side of Insomnia. And Diablo going to need to try to find some more souls here. Recognizing, hey, they're on turret, we can at least maybe push them off the point, but now perhaps need to be careful. They do see Thrall in the top lane, so this is a 4v4 with the 20s. It's an option to engage, and they are taking it here. Diablo did go in with the Hellgate as well. Alarak taking Deadly Charge. Upgraded Hyperion. Bottomless Flask going to be in play. Not choosing to go with that Ruby cooldown effectively, with the perfect gems. Wanted to make sure to keep those super potions down on the ground. Healing camp going to be started on the side of Insomnia. Meanwhile, we're going to see a push-up bottom here by Party Time. Maybe trying to soften up this wall so they can look for the engage. The cap has been made top. The backs are coming in. Kira and Li Ming on the flank. We are seeing now a drop back. I don't think Insomnia can afford to give this Protector up, given that they've already lost one keep. The Protector could, in theory, just walk past bottom keep and go straight to core if needed. Well, I don't suspect that would happen. It would be an option if some kills came down. So here we go. Waiting for 20. They're so close, but it looks like they're going to take this engage regardless. Here comes the focus. Here's the APOC. Hellgate used as well. Stun on the Kira. Sleep comes in. Thrall goes down. Kira still alive and actually helps secure a turnaround kill onto Diablo. Now Alarak trying to get the finish onto Joe. Running against the treadmill in slow motion. Kira finally goes down. And that is the Protector going over to Party Time. And they may be looking to end this series. Looks like they're going to take this Protector mid. Which makes sense. Bot wall still healthy. There is no mid wall. Lucio just trying to kind of bait, and I like what he's doing, trying to bait them back into chasing. But good job here by Party Time, staying on target and on mission. Actually, they're just going to go straight core. And I think this is the right call. They're all down for another 18, and this Protector very healthy. This is a 17-minute Protector. Core shields are down. This Protector's still very healthy, half health. With the Rainer here as well, the core is down to 40%, and I think Party Time's going to do it. And Party Time comes back in a big way. I mean, take where we were. Take where we were late in Game 2. They were down all 3 forts. They had just defended their 4th Webweaver phase, had only gotten 1 themselves. Only had 1 the entire game. And Nsomnia tries to go on to boss, gets punished. Party Time, from that point on into Game 3, looked like a completely different team. So I'm excited for the post-game interview. Hope you are too. Hopefully you'll stick around. But obviously, big congratulations to the members of Party Time on this 2-1 victory. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Alright, welcome back everyone. Next Gaming Series. DB Smiley here, and I'm joined by the Captain, Ekib, and Schumann of the Victorious Party Time. Guys, how you feeling after that series?
Very, very tired.
Yeah, it was a weird series, I gotta say. Game one, door kind of got kicked down against you. Game two was really going against you for a long time. Obviously, the turning point, that boss fight, we'll get there. But I first want to start talking about game one, Brax's Holdout. So that was your map. You guys went with a hammer comp. What was the idea behind that comp, and where do you think things kind of started to fall apart there?
Well, our plan was to just have the four-man win their lane and push with hammer, since they had Junkrat, Genji, Johanna, and Rhonda, which can't really deal with hammer that well. But as you can see from the game, it didn't really go as planned.
I guess one question I have is, certainly the Genji was used to gank top lane a lot, and it just seemed like there were some struggles with that. Was that, do you think, a communication issue? Was that just having trouble keeping vision with more defensive-oriented comp? I just kind of want your thoughts on that.
It was definitely a communication issue there. I would get the call that Genji's up here while Genji is Swift striking in my face. And that was really frustrating. You have anything to say about that?
Yeah, it's pretty much every time. Either when he asked for a road, is he missing? Every time we said it, Genji was already. So
right.
I mean, we did try to push when Genji was trying to gank, but it didn't really end up capitalizing that well.
Yeah, and then obviously, I mean, you still were in the game. You were hanging around. You were doing, I think, a good job of that. But then you kind of had that fight near the boss. Didn't go your way, and from that point, they basically just kicked the door down. I mean, they get the 100 Zerg wave stacking up behind a boss, and at that point, that's kind of an end condition on the map. Map 2, you guys had to defend 4 spider waves, only got 1 yourself. How did you... Because I will say, you succeeded in your defenses, despite a lot of the pickoffs occurring. What do you attribute, even though those deaths kind of went against you, being able to hold on and give yourselves a chance to win that game? What was the result there?
I think the most crucial aspect of those spider waves was Nsomnia's comp was not good at pushing at all. It was not good at sieging. Like, they had Kerrigan. The only good sieging hero they had was, I guess, Tassadar, but he was mainly used for wave clear.
I mean, was it like the third wave or something? They finally got a fort.
Yeah, so they didn't get a fort off the first 2 waves. Top was technically alive after the first wave. It was their third wave they picked up all 3 forts. And 4th wave they almost got top keep, but they did not. If memory serves.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and another thing I can touch on is that Mephisto, with his new level 1, he could safely wave clear without getting in danger at all.
Yeah, it definitely showed you guys were clearing the waves really effectively, and definitely staying ahead on rotations, which makes sense with their comp. I mean, they went an executioner comp. You went kind of more of a control comp. So even though they got the kills, they weren't able to get as much value off it. Right. So obviously, let's talk a little bit about that boss fight. So, they had 20. They disappear from the map. I think you had vision of them going to top, but I can't recall. But you assume they're on boss. How do you approach that boss fight, and what worked for you there? How do you kind of turn that game around so quick off just a single fight?
Well, my tank player, ETC, didn't want to go in, so as Urel with my ulti up, Ardent Defender, I could easily check the bush, and when we got in there, I guess he got a good mosh off, and I got a 3-man displacement hammer on Urel, along with a very, very good timed light bomb. Shout out to Sealy Man for that. I think Sealy Man single-handedly carried that, because I believe I stunned Johanna, Tassadar, and
they had a Nubarak.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was
in that game.
yeah. I stunned the Nubarak,
Mm.
Imperius, and I can't remember the last one, but
I think it was
those
Taronda was
three.
up there, or maybe it was Tass. It was one of the
Yeah.
two.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sure
yeah.
someone clipped it, and if not, I'm sure someone will.
Yeah, yeah. So with my hammer, with the 1 second stun, and then with the light bomb, they were CC'd for like forever,
Mhm.
and they had their armor reduced. So I think that's what won the game there. So shout out to Sealy Man for the carry.
Sealy Man, I thought played really good there. Had some good cleanses. I also thought Chess Clue did a really good job in that match, baiting out cooldowns and using his power slides for escapes, but at very smart times. Knowing when he needed to use it early to just prevent any look at and engage, knowing when to use it late to just waste cooldowns of the enemy team and get out. So I also want to give a shout out there. Game 3, you guys take it to Volskaya, given forced map choice. What was the mindset behind Volskaya, given how the series had gone?
Camps.
Camps.
Yeah.
All right, short, sweet, and to the point. Elaborate, I guess.
Yeah, I was just being funny. We've been trying to practice a lot on camp rotation, and that's why we've been picking up Jimmy, because he's just obviously superb with Exterminator. And the one thing the other team was lacking on was a lot of the camp rotations. Like, I think they're like behind on the turret for the first one, and we managed to get like 3 items because of that. Like, even though we got the support camp, we got an additional turret camp, so it was just we just overwhelmed them with 3 items for the first objective.
Yeah, I pointed that out. It was really well played. It seemed you Schumann were able to kind of just slip away from what looked like a 4v4 brawl, and you did it so well, even I missed it. Next thing I'm like, oh yeah, he's on camp. Okay. And so you got their camp you got your turret before they even rotated to mid. So at that point, it turns into not just the heal camp while they're getting their own turret, but also your own turret comes up very early in the shrine phase, and you're able to take that already with 99%. So it worked out well.
If you're talking about the very first, when it first spawns, I was actually behind on that personally, so I thought I screwed that up, but I guess we were okay.
Yeah. Well, it's like running from a lion. You don't need to run faster than a lion, just faster than the slowest guy in your party. So with that, obviously at that point you guys pretty much controlled. I'll pull up the post game stats again. Pretty much controlled start to finish that game 3. At one point it was 10-1 kills. They did get some pickoffs late, 18. Kind of in that. When you were pushing 20, they were post 16. They needed to play that way, and they did get some picks. But what happened in the team fights that you feel just worked so much in your favor that admittedly did not work in game 1 or 2?
I just think that Bishop Mist on Alarak just got some sick combos, and we just kind of CC chained off of those, and I think that's what won us most of the there.
Yeah, just insane damage number. 60k damage. Next closest was Li Ming at 46. So really insane damage numbers. Also finished that Alarak quest at the mid game with getting a triple. I actually had a triple earlier, but give me 1 second here. Hang on. I have a teammate wanting to play HOTS with me. 1 sec.
I think my damage was actually quite puny that game.
Well, it's hard to deal damage when everybody's already fucking dead, right?
No, I'm just saying how important camps are, but yeah, that too.
Yeah, no, it was obviously, I thought Bishop Mist was just that, he needed to have a good game, I think, for you guys to win. He had a phenomenal game, I thought. And I thought Sealy Man really made a big difference for you guys too in game 2 and then in game 3. I thought it was really solid Decker play. Some of the routes were just really on point. It gave no hope for especially Kira at times to get out. So with that, congratulations on 2-1 victory. I know you guys are jockeying for playoff seeding now that we're starting to wind the season down. Only 2.5 weeks to go. With that, floor is yours for shoutouts.
Shout out to my team. Thanks for putting up with me tonight. Sometimes I could not be myself sometimes, and just getting ganked by Genji kind of tilted me a little. So just thank you for putting up with me, and thank you for casting us, Smiley. I really appreciate for picking us up.
Yeah, happy to do so. Yeah, the existing caster just basically was kind of worried about doing a double header, because I think from fatigue. So I was happy to step in and help out. But definitely, for those who were expecting D, D is casting, I believe, later tonight. So definitely give her a follow. She's really one of our rising casters, I think. So definitely give her that chance. Anything else?
I think Ekeep's got the right shoutouts.
All right. Well, with that, thank you both for letting me cast. Really nice comeback. I mean, I gotta say, 95% of the way through game 2, I'm like, well, that was a 3-0. And it didn't end that way. So really, really good job making that comeback. Great job just taking that momentum and running with it. So thank you again for letting me watch that. And thank you everyone to watching. We had a really good viewer count tonight, above 30. Thank you all for being active in chat, for talking about it. I had a lot of fun casting. With that, we will bid you farewell tonight here on the Nexus Gaming Series. I am in my team's voice chat, and they are annoyed by me. Okay! Take care, all. Thank you for watching. I'm going to see who to kick it to, so stick around for the raid. Thanks.
Yeah?
Yeah. Sorry about that. I didn't realize my mic was on in-game.
It's fine.
All right, let me
We
see.
just,
Muted
throw
me,
a
I
bunch of
assume.
dicks.
Yeah. Hang on. Who to throw it to? Let's throw it to... I'm going to throw it to Ektar.